we got Jon Moxley versus MJF singles match for the AEW World Championship. This one, I guess, like at times it felt like it was going to be a coronation. I think the closer we got to it, I think it's kind of more muddy at this point. The storyline's been in and out as far as like the confusion. I like the matches kind of leading up to this. I like MJF in the mini program, Wheeler Yuta. I thought that was really fun. So the back and forth with Regal, I thought were pretty effective. Mox has really kind of been doing his own thing. Aside from that, I feel like they did do a slight misstep with that firm beat down, but I guess that's just the doubt that's planted into the story. I don't know how I feel about this one. Like, I'm not hot for this match particularly. I just want to kind of see what happens.
Do you think there's too much doubt around what could possibly happen that you can't enjoy the match? Like, just the idea that like they're gonna have a match and like they could just like have a clean finish.
I feel like I'm more excited at the prospect of like somebody breaking through to the main event level than like anything that actually has to do with the actual storyline of it. I was like, for more what like MJF possibly winning the title represents. I think I'm more interested in that.
Okay. I think MJF betting mine. I think MJF is going to win. I'm okay with either one, walking out with the title. I'm still like, I really would just like for it to be a match, not have to be an angle that leads to someone winning, and then you go from there and you have your, however many months of television off of that. Like, I just want a match, like, that there's a clean finish and someone wins, someone loses, and you move on. Like, but like, you have Stokely in the firm around, you got Regal around. It looks like he's waiting to fuck over one of the two, or get involved in the match at some point, or have a fucking heart attack like Mickey and Rocky 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's all types of stuff at play for this nonsense that can just tie into like, just muck up the match and like let them have a match. But yeah, I think like, I think they'll go out there and like their match will be way better than the match they had for the title back in 2020, I think. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's so I'm interested in the match.
That's the minimum they can give us. Like, I think MJF needs to have the match of his life, honestly. Like, and don't get it, I'm not questioning MJF's like in ring ability, but like, bro, like if you're gonna win the world title for the first time, let's do it quote unquote with honor. Let's.
Well, that's the reason why I think like that's the reason why I like this promo like with Moxley, because it's like when you think of like the way that him and Daniels beat the hell out of each other at Arthur Ashe, which chops all that kind of stuff, had that that rough ass match. Like MJF needs one of those. Like people talk about like Shawn versus the Monster. He's a pretty boy, give him a tough man match. Like he needs to be in there and like trying to show his heart and like show his heart for once, as opposed to like he's a shitbag heel and like, oh, he actually is tough because he can whoop with a chain and he's bleeding and like he's tough now or whatever. Like it's this weird thing with MJF where it's like he's not soft, he's a pro fucking wrestler, but like the way he takes so many of his matches are never ever decided by like who was the actual better man. It's always some other shit that gives him an excuse, or the person that he loses in this excuse. And it's like, enough of that shit. You've done that for like 3 fucking years. I'll watch you just get into a big match and somebody fucking wins because someone was better. And I'm kind of at that point with MJF. It's like, if you're doing this tweener thing or whatever else, you're anti-hero, cool. Anti-heroes don't have these cheap easy way out finishes in every fucking match. They come sometimes get pinned, sometimes they do the pinning. So that's what I want to see.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna pick MJF against my better judgment, but